Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to try Big Luscious from Founders Brewing Company. Stout brewed with chocolate and raspberries. I am a big raspberry fan. I do make a raspberry ale usually every year. If I make cider, I usually have to make a raspberry version. So Jessica did pick this up in a 4-pack. I'm not sure how much it was. 7.8 ABV, 30 IBUs. Now, sometimes your stouts can be higher in IBUs than your IPAs, just for the simple fact you need to balance out all that darker malt. This was bottled on 9/29/2020. I was actually thinking when I first saw this that the ABV was going to be a lot higher, that they were going to make a big stout with chocolate and raspberries in there. So I was like, just get a 4-pack, I'll age the rest. But at 7.8%, I'm probably not going to age them. I might age one a year or two just to see what we get, but I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and open this. This has probably been sitting out about a half hour. So let's go ahead and get it into a glass. Definitely pours dark. There we go. It is getting colder here. We are at the end of October, so this should be a good one to have. Very chocolatey colored head on there, almost all small bubbles, a couple medium ones, about a finger of head. Bubbles on the side are compact like dish soap. Color, yeah, it's black. Black all the way. I don't even see a hue at the bottom, like a dark amber hue, nothing like that. Let's say it's black. Let's go ahead and smell. Definitely get that raspberry. Raspberry is the dominant smell in my opinion. Some sweeter chocolate. It almost smells like a milk chocolate, like it's kind of creamy chocolate. I don't know if that's just the sweetness from the raspberries playing with that. But yeah, like a milk chocolate, like a sweeter milk chocolate, than a hint of roast. I think that raspberry is a dominant smell, and it's taken over a lot of this. So if you do like raspberries, I think you'll like the smell of this. If you do not like raspberries, I probably wouldn't pick this one up. Because the chocolate's there, but that raspberry, I think, overpowers everything. Let's go ahead and taste. Definitely get the raspberry. I get the raspberry, but then it's like, I don't think it's the bitterness of the hops, but it's the bitterness of the dark malts that they use. Right after that raspberry taste, you get a little chocolate, then it goes bitter. Then in the aftertaste, it's more of a traditional stout. Dark roasted malts come through, a little sweetness. You could say a tiny bit of coffee and chocolate are in there. But then as the palate keeps warming up, I'm now getting like a raspberry jam out of it. Kind of a, in the very back, like a tinny taste, metallic, which is kind of weird since it's in a bottle. Very smooth. I don't pick up any alcohol. Probably pushing medium, close to medium body. I think the aftertaste in this one is the best because it goes through so many different stages. Like I said, you get, at first, it's that dark roasted malt, maybe a little chocolate, a little coffee in there. But as it warms up, it's like that raspberry jam comes out and kind of mixes with all those other flavors. I don't like the metallic taste in the back in the taste. Yeah, it's like that raspberry's like smooth, hits that chocolate, like that sweeter chocolate. Then you get the roasted malts, a metallic taste, it's gone. Roasted malt, coffee, chocolate, then that raspberry comes. There's a there's a tiny bit of tartness in the aftertaste too, which would make sense from raspberries. On this one, I would have to go with a 4 out of 5. That metallic taste is keeping it down. I would like to see some more chocolate. I think if you had a chocolate raspberry, you would get more chocolate than you would raspberry, and I think this is reversed. That raspberry is just so dominant that it takes over the lead role, and there's not enough chocolate to balance out that raspberry, and I would like to see it the other way. Or they should have just said raspberry stout. I could see that working better than a chocolate raspberry, or putting chocolate on here, because you know it's a raspberry covered in chocolate. And I think if they would have just said raspberry stout, I I think it might score better. I don't know what those scores are, but yeah, I would go with a 4 out of 5 on this one. Let's check them, see what we find out. 28 of my friends have checked it in, average 3.84 out of 5. 35,000 people have checked it in, average 3.87 out of 5. I am a little higher. Sweet and rich, flavors balance. Raspberry is pronounced, but not accurate. However, as a stout, it's the bomb. I don't understand that. Chocolate covered raspberry flavor seems a tad muted. Okay, there you go. So as I was saying, I think the chocolate should stand out more than the raspberry. But that's just mine. That's just my take on it. Jeff did also give it a 4, as advertised, pretty good. So yeah, if you're into stouts, getting into winter, and you're into raspberry, definitely one to pick up and try. But as I said at the beginning, if you don't like raspberry, I would probably pass on this. So if you like this video, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.